A recent Go Banking Rates survey found that 66% of Americans are afraid of running out of money in retirement, making it their biggest fear, even over dying. Now, how do you know if you've saved enough for retirement? Here to help answer that question is my guest, Don Spini. He's a radio host and a financial advisor with Sun Valley Wealth in Scottsdale, Arizona. Don, so the first step is understanding what your expenses will be in retirement, right?
It's not hard. So we look at their bills, right? We see what they've got going out and what they have coming in. So that's the foundational brick of retirement. But that's not really the biggest case, Scott. The biggest problem we come across is people not knowing what they don't know. That's why it's a big fear. What do people fear? The unknown. So there's an answer to how long your money can last or how much money you can take each month in retirement. Our job as financial advisors is to give you that answer, and it's got to be tangible, it's got to be real, and we use real math to do it. But people are out there just living in this fear because they're afraid to ask, I guess, or they don't want to ask, or they don't want to know the answer, but they'd be awfully surprised. But the fact that they're living with this fear forces them down a path that they don't want to be in, and there's two forks on that path. One is to not spend enough money and to live meagerly and to suffer because they could have more money, or spending too much money and running out of money in retirement. So we've got to close those roads and go down a whole other path with them and show them how much they can spend and not outlive their money.
So people are living a lot longer these days. How does longevity risk factor in here?
Well, it's huge because remember when people really started talking about retirement in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and Social Security came into play. You quit work at 65 and you're supposed to die at 67. So you had 2 years of glory, and so there wasn't a whole lot of talk about how much money you needed, and that's how people lived forever. So the mindset of the retirement community hasn't really evolved to the fact that, folks, you could be in retirement longer than you were working. When we build these income plans, we put it up on the big screen in our office, we project out 30, 40 years because that's a reality for a lot of people today. So the fact that you're going to need a plan that can outlive 30 or 40 years of time and also keep up with inflation and also assume that you might be spending more money every year, it sounds daunting, but it's not. A good financial advisor knows how to do those plans and make them work. But you got to think differently because our mindset has to catch up with reality, and that is we're living to 100, 105. They say the person that's going to live to 150 is already born today. You got to prepare for that.
Now talk about the importance of specific income planning in retirement.
Yeah, no, it's dangerous to think it's going to take care of itself because it doesn't. It's also dangerous to think about, well, how do I get income? I got stocks and bonds over here, my 401k or my IRA. Do I just start selling stocks? How do I even get income? It's got to be automated and it's got to be done in a way that you cannot outlive that money. Income planning, by the way, for most of you watching this, is king and queen in retirement. It's the foundation of your retirement. Without knowing how much money is going to come in every month, it's scary. Not knowing if I'm going to run out of money if I live to be 90 is scary. So solving that problem opens the path for an easy retirement, and solving that problem solves a lot of other problems, long-term care, legacy, all those type of things that we think about. But you have to take care of yourself first. And also what's important, Scott, is income has to be automated. You cannot be calling your advisor like asking dad for allowance every month. It has to be automated. You've been getting a paycheck your whole life. It's important that paycheck continues in retirement, but it's coming from you and your assets and a great advisor that's built the plan for you that knows how to build that plan to last for 40 years.
That's Don Spini in Scottsdale, Arizona with Sun Valley Wealth, and this is Retirement News Online.